Hello, I'm here
Hi.
with Nina Stamper. How are you? Thank you for joining the Simply
Awesome.
Real podcast. I'm so happy to have you here. We had some technical difficulties, but we're getting there now. How are you doing, Nina? You're coming to us all
I,
the way from South Africa. You are a singer, a songwriter. I'm so blessed and so happy to be talking to you right now.
oh my God, I am so excited, Jennifer, to be occupying your space. Thank you for the invitation. And I'm
Sure.
absolutely awesome. It's exciting to be here and wonderful to be chatting with you as well.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit. I know you just dropped your first single, The Language of Love.
Yeah.
Okay. You can tell us a little bit about you as an artist.
Okay. So the reason I'm shaking my head, it's not my first single.
Oh, okay, that's why.
Yeah, it's actually my fourth single
Fourth
and also
single.
two albums, yeah, and two albums later. So yeah, as you've mentioned, I am from South Africa, Cape Town, from a township called Guletu. And I sure my journey started a couple of years ago, where I just decided one day that I wanted to fulfill my lifelong dream that I've always had, but
Right.
had never ever had the opportunity to go for it. So yeah, so yeah,
So, what made you decide to become a singer and a songwriter? Because this is such a wonderful, beautiful journey. And, becoming a singer is just something that comes from your soul and your heart. So I would love to know what propelled you to do this journey.
it was an inner yearning um inside of myself. I was just discontent with life, and I just had the strong feeling that there had to be more to life than what I was doing at the time. I had never ever been groomed or developed in music per se, but it's always been something that, lives inside of me. I mean, I remember when I used to come home from school, I would just play my music, sing along and go crazy. But then, as I said, that was something that was never ever groomed. My parents
Right.
always were strict about going to school, getting your grades right, etc. But as I said, at some point, I had a yearning. I was not satisfied with life without music. And and that is when I decided that I'm going to take this journey because music is the one thing that I absolutely love. And to
Right.
be on stage absolutely thrills me. It just brings life out of me. And
Right.
yeah. So to me, it was something that I really had to be.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, you're such a beautiful singer. I saw your video and the way that you sing, you're so compassionate and it definitely comes from your heart and your soul. Tell us a little bit about, I guess, your first one, your transformation from your first album single to now. How do you feel like that transformation has been for you, or what have you learned throughout that time?
Oh my God. Jennifer, I'm so proud of my singing. I am so proud of it on many different levels. I feel like I've grown so much as a singer with this
Right.
particular song. Yeah, and I can't even compare it to my very first album because, as I say, the growth has been tremendous, and I'm totally excited about this song. I love the message behind the song. It absolutely just thrilled me. And also, as I said, I've stretched myself in terms of my vocal ability with this particular song.
Right.
So very excited about it, very proud of the single.
When I listened to it for the first time, when I heard it, when they sent it over to me, I was so floored, and I knew it would actually be a perfect fit for the summit that we're having, the second annual Healing Motivational Summit coming up in September, because you just align so much with the theme of love and motivation and inspiration. I mean, that song, so it speaks to me so much. And tell us a little bit about what I guess where that song came from and how you decided to write that song and it comes from your heart, I know.
Definitely. So this song is written from the perspective of a woman, obviously, and in the context of romantic relationships. with males, that is.
Right.
And basically, it starts out with addressing any insecurities that this male counterpart would have. So basically, it starts out saying, "My guy, I'm with you. I love
Right.
you. I want to be in this relationship, but I need for you to come to the party as well. I
Right.
need for you to love me in such a way that, actually makes me feel loved, in a way that I recognize love." Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I remember some time ago, I would listen to older ladies who would, sort of fuss about their relationships and how their husbands are not really open to discussing issues. And if there had been an issue, then the husband would sort of try to compensate by that, by buying gifts or presents or whatever the case may
Oh,
be,
it's trying to
and
do
not
something to make
necessarily
up.
address the issue. Yeah, to make up for whatever has gone
Right.
wrong. And
Right.
the ladies are so discontent with this because what they want is a little bit of assurance to say, baby, we're going through this hard time, but you must understand that I really love you and I made a mistake. I'm so sorry. And be affectionate. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
this song is really addressing that, to the male counterparts, that there's a certain language, there's a certain rhythm that your partner recognizes as love. You need to learn what that is, and then you need to
Right.
engage her in a particular way so that your partner really feels loved and secure in this particular relationship.
Right. And everybody could use a little understanding about the language of love. I don't think there's
Most
ever a
definitely.
perfection there with the
Yeah,
relationships between us husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, or even the relationships between, individuals in general, like friendships and things like that. Because it's always a different
definitely.
perspective, the language of love. So I think it's an amazing song that you wrote and that you're going to be talking about. And is that the song you're going to be singing for the summit? Tell us a little insight. Give us a little sneak peek, maybe.
So as I did mention, I've got quite a few songs that I've recorded in the past. A lot of them are love songs. Sucker for love. I'm sorry. So,
We love
yeah,
love. Love is what makes the world go round. Love is what melts our hearts and deepens our soul and gives us the ability to do so many great things. So I think it's a great theme.
most definitely. And I think that for me, I think that love strengthens us to our very core. I feel like, in life we have so many challenges, but if you're coming from a space where you're feeling loved and secure, that
Right.
pumps you up to be able to deal with what it is you're facing. So love
Yeah,
is an
right.
integral part of our lives. And I think we should embrace it. And I think we should understand each other's love languages, and try
Right.
to speak those languages in dealing with each other. So you're
Right.
quite right when you say that it's broader than just the romantic relationships. But
Exactly.
back to your question, yeah, back to your question, yeah. Well, with the performance, there's going to be a little bit of love songs there. There'll be some motivational songs there as well. It'll be a nice mix and a nice opportunity for me to introduce people to my music and my sound.
Right. Well, we look forward to it. We're so excited to have you on board. I know the annual summit's coming up on September 17th, 18th, and 19th. You will be kicking off the show on the 17th, the Friday. And I'm just so blessed and so excited to have you kick off the event. Who doesn't want a little love to kick off this motivation and healing summit? It's going to be an amazing 3-day epic summit, and we're so happy to have you on board. And you're coming to us all the way from South Africa, which is even more magical to me because that just shows how love goes around the world, and this is a global event.
And it connects all of us. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
It's the
right,
main fabric that connects all of humanity. It's
right.
absolutely amazing, and I'm also excited. I'm very excited. Can't
So am
wait.
I. So am I. So what else do we have in store for Nina Stamper coming up? Tell us what else should we look out for? Because I know you're going to be doing some more amazing projects.
Yes, definitely. So I am already working on my follow-up single. But also I'm studying as well. I'm doing an advanced diploma in financial markets. I do have a
Wow.
finance background. And the intention, the long-term plan there is to sort of introduce and assist fellow musicians with finances. I don't know
Wow.
in America how it goes, but in South Africa, music and finances can be a sticky subject. And I
Right.
feel like there's not enough financial literature, more especially in the arts.
Right. Right.
So that is a space that I plan to occupy. But this is very, very premature. It's very early days, but it's
Right.
something that's in the pipeline going forward that,
Right.
I'll be doing some vlogs to talk about finances. I mean, with the pandemic that was a huge lesson for everyone in the art and outside
Right.
that,
Right.
money needs to be saved and invested, not just save in your bank account. You need to get together with financial planners, and understand how best you can invest your money to make
Right.
sure that you have financial security.
Exactly.
So that's something that will be happening in
That's
the future.
amazing. That's so important. Financial literacy and knowing how to use your money, especially as an artist, and teaching your children financial literacy too is one of the most important themes that we should all think about. So I love that. Yeah.
Definitely. And I mean, as artists, we often find ourselves having to have 9 to 5 jobs purely
Right.
because your art cannot sustain you at a particular point, right?
Right.
I believe that
Exactly.
there's much that an artist can do between those two things, between the art and the 9 to 5 job. There's a lot that you can do to secure your future in the art. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? So these are
Exactly.
the types of things these are the types of conversations that I'm planning to have with my fellow musicians. But I think that, the information is it's broad. It can be absorbed by anyone who
Right.
wants to better their finances. So definitely it's a very important subject.
Yeah, and how you're going to be balancing a lot as an artist, as a student, and
Yeah.
learning. Oh my, I commend you. I definitely commend you for all that. You're going to be balancing and juggling a lot, but I see that you can do it.
I mean, I've been working a 9 to 5 job. I am a mother of two and a wife. And I'm doing music and I am studying, so my day typically starts at 4 o'clock in the morning, making sure
Mm,
that all my schoolwork is done. From there I go into the 9 to 5, making
right.
sure that that's done. Around 6 o'clock I then go into the role of being mother and wife.
Oh gosh.
So I'm used to juggling different balls up in the air. At
Right.
times it drives me crazy. Sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind. But
Don't we all?
here I
Moms
am.
juggle so much, right? Moms are always juggling so much. That's our
Yeah.
duties, but we do it well, and I see that you're doing it well. So you have a good balance.
I try. I've got a lot of support, which I'm grateful for. I don't think that I would be able to do it without the support that I have. So yeah, and I think that also due to the fact that the studies are not going to be a thing that I'm doing forever. It's just for a short period of time. So I
Right.
was willing to make those sacrifices because what was important for me was the end goal.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and you have to make sure you're following your dreams and pursuing what's important for yourself. Always that
Yeah.
thing we talk a lot about, that self-love and self-care, making sure that we're pursuing what makes us happy as moms, because sometimes it's hard to find that balance.
It's really, really hard. And I must say, Jennifer, a lot of people, a lot of moms and wives out there, they really commend me and they really tell me how much they admire what I'm doing because
Oh
it's
yeah.
very easy to get lost in the day to day without actually giving yourself the attention that you need. But I always say to them that you can't give from an empty, do you know what I
I love
mean?
that. Yes.
Fill your cup first to the
Love
point
that.
that you overflow so that you can be able to give to all of the different sectors
Exactly.
within your life. Exactly. And
Exactly.
and else that music does for me, it absolutely revitalizes me. It fills me up that I'm able to do everything that I do in my life. So it's a very important, integral part of my life.
Right. And I love that you said that because music is a very integral part of life, and which is why we have it so embedded with the summit and with everything. I mean, music lifts you up, it invigorates you. It gives you the ability to want to know, to want to heal, to want to just keep going. I know for myself, I love music. It does like powers within me. So And even when I listen to your stuff, same thing. I just feel such an invigoration. So I love it,
Yeah,
and I
thank you.
congratulate you. And you are
That's really
definitely
nice.
you're definitely motivating all women and all moms who are listening to this and who will be listening to this, because you're an amazing, amazing singer, songwriter, and a mom, and just juggling everything. And I really am so blessed to have been able to have this opportunity to meet with you and do this interview.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. You have no idea what politics means to me. I mean, it's, we're living in such an advanced and evolved community that,
Yeah,
I'm sitting in Cape Town, you somewhere in America, but we are connecting via technology. Do you know what I mean?
right. So
So
cool,
this is
right?
just, I know.
I
So
know.
yeah, thank you very much for this conversation. I'm very excited about it. I'm excited about the summit and what's coming up, and appreciative to you and your team for having me, most definitely.
Absolutely. So, any lasting thoughts or advice for moms or upcoming artists that you want to leave with us today? I'm sure your words of wisdom would be really helpful and encouraging.
Sure, I think for moms, wives especially, and this is one of the things that I touch on in the song. I don't know if you know, but in South Africa, we have the slogan that women are rocks because they are tough and they can do everything. They can
Love that.
take on you
Yeah,
know. So one of the things that I do address in the song, I try to take a little bit of that pressure off of women, and I try to encourage women to actually, be, if you get to a point whereby you need to be vulnerable
right,
and cry and not be tough, be that, because that is
right,
where your strength lies, when you are finished in that particular space of having to have broken down and be vulnerable and cry, you come up stronger. Do you know what I
right,
mean? So
right,
so I'm not too comfortable with this narrative that women are rocks, because I think to a certain extent that it gets lost in translation and it can be taken advantage of, you know. So in as much as we take on a lot, we do a lot, but we do
right,
also need to understand that at the end of the day, we are human. We do need to give ourselves that resting time and that revitalizing time to just re-energize ourselves so that we can go back into life and live. So allow yourself to do that for your own sanity. And
right,
also, with the language of love, be open to your partners. Tell them what makes you happy, what makes you tick, and
right.
hopefully they'll respond positively to that.
Right, exactly. I love that. Yes, give yourselves grace, everybody. It's not always going to be a walk in the rainbow and a walk in the park, but we're all here to uplift and help each other. And it's okay to fall and make mistakes, but we're always going to get back up and do it again the next day. I love that, Nina. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Jennifer, for having me.
Yes, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait for you to open that summit. I cannot wait. I'm so excited, and my heart is so full that I have you on board and that you agreed to this. And I just look forward to following your journey as an artist and a songwriter. And we're all rooting for you here in America. So
Thank you
you're going to
so
be on
much.
tour
That
here
means a
soon.
lot to me.
Thank you, Nina.
That means
Have
a lot
enjoy
to
the rest
me.
of your. Oh, of course. Enjoy the rest of your day with your family, and we'll be in touch.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Have a good one. Thank
You
you.
too. Take care, Nina.
All right.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. Bye.
Bye.